Hello, beautiful ones. How are you doing today? I hope you're all doing good and welcome to this week multidimensional lightworker show. Remember that those shows are happening every second Tuesday at 3 p.m. Pacific, 6 p.m. Eastern time. And today we have a wonderful topic. We're talking about your soul purpose, your soul mission as a light worker, and how to remember it and how to evolve on that path. So let me know who's there in the comment section. I would love to know who's there. And again, if you're watching this as a replay, same thing. Let me know who's watching. I would love. I am at work. I wish I didn't have to miss this. Whoever you are, please make sure your boss don't see you. Unless your boss is a light worker, then, invite him or her to hop on. Thank you for being here. So before I start talking about this important topic, I would like to remind you that it's Nicole. Hello, my beautiful friend. So I would like to remind you that so let me see your comments. The video is completely gone. Oh, are you seeing me now? I hope you saw my little, I just posted the banner for the masterclass, but I'm back here. Hello. I hope you see me, guys. Can you confirm? You see me? You hear me? Good. So today's mini class is all about helping you understand what is your soul purpose as a light worker. And my question to you guys is, do you know what your soul purpose is? Do you have an idea of what it is? Or is it clear for you, or it's like totally blurred? You have no idea of what you're here for. I'm talking not as a human being, as you have the global soul purpose, but think of your soul purpose, your soul mission as a light worker. Do you know what it is? And while I'm waiting for your answers, I would like to welcome all the new members. We are welcoming new people every week. Welcome, you're welcome. And please take the time to introduce yourselves. just to remind you, the spirit of this community is more a container of high energy more than a networking platform, which means that you can tell us about your story, about your abilities, about what you're uncovering, about your journey, but you'll realize that what I'm trying to do by holding this community is to keep the energy high enough so when you feel off, when you feel that you need a special reboot, I should say, or whenever you just need to remember a little bit about your essence, just coming into this vortex, into this community will help you. So we're all here at different levels, and that's all fine. But every time you activate something, so I keep thinking I know, but it keeps changing, or things keep changing, Nicole says. Well, it makes sense too, and we'll talk about that, as I have a list of things I want to share, and you're really close to the truth, Nicole, as it will evolve. You have a main soul purpose as a light worker, and it will become more and more precise. So as it becomes precise, you realize that things you used to believe you needed to do or were part of your purpose are dissolving, and that's okay. It's part of the whole process. So let's start with an opening activation before I dive deeper into our process and into the content. So close your eyes right now. Take a deep breath in through the nose and release completely until no more breath. And when you exhale, sigh it out, letting go of today's, this week's, this month's pressure, worries, doubts, physical discomfort. Every time you exhale, you're letting go of what is no longer serving you, no longer serving your being. Let's do this. And every time you breathe out, you feel that every tense muscle, your nervous system, and every organ that is kind of out of alignment is suddenly coming back into a balanced energy flow. Your nervous system is calming down. Your immune system is rebooted to a level that it will help you maintain health. Your heart is open, precisely your heart center, that portal right in the middle of your chest that gets activated every time you are deeply connected to your higher self. Every time your ego is more the observer than the leader of your actions. Right now, imagine, visualize your heart center opening up, allowing all the trapped energy to be released, sent into the universe, recycled into a very uplifting energy for whomever will enter in contact with that renewed vibration. As you feel that all the gunk is being completely retrieved, dissolved completely. And whatever will come in through your heart center from now on, but specifically right now at this moment, is pure vibration. Pure as non-altered by outdated beliefs, by collective fears, by trauma. Pure energy. And it will be integrated into your being as a memory, as a connection with something you once knew. Everything I will share today will somehow resonate with you and will activate a memory, a code that needed exactly this impulse of energy to be activated within you. Take a deep breath in through the nose and release as a way of saying, I accept any kind of upgrade that will come today for me. And when you're ready, you can open your eyes. So today we're talking about your soul purpose as the beacon of your existence. So 2 weeks ago, we talked about the two main key elements to feel empowered as a light worker. We talked about the higher self, making sure your higher self connection is strong, deep, clear. And today we talk about the soul purpose, being clear about it and being flexible as it evolves over time. There's another one which is not a cosmic element, but is more an earth element, which is to understand your emotions, clear them, integrate the lessons, and move on. But we will talk about that in the next 2 weeks. Now I'm focusing on the soul purpose. And actually, we will talk about those 3 components in the masterclass on Thursday. So be there. It will be way more in depth than what I'm doing right now. So your soul purpose is the mission your soul encoded your incarnation with. I will repeat this. Your soul purpose as a light worker is the mission your soul encoded your incarnation with. It's a roadmap. Yes, you can make it on Thursday. Good, Nicole, thank you. It is a roadmap. It holds the data of what you have achieved so far in previous lives, in between lives, and will unlock this knowledge as you go along. So it means that you have encoded within you everything you have learned from different incarnations, or when you were just energy, or when you were learning between incarnations. And it is accessible. It's encoded to be released. And every time you get closer to your journey, to your trajectory, because you listen to your intuition, more details are being released. And that aligns you with your soul purpose more and more. So unfinished lessons from previous lives are also imprinted. And you are given the chance here in this life to finalize the lessons that haven't been integrated so far. Hello, beautiful one. Hello, hello. So again, unfinished lessons. You have had incarnations on Earth and other realities. And even though you had a soul purpose for each of those incarnations, sometimes it's unfinished, meaning you died, you crossed over without completing the mission. So don't worry, nobody's going to hit you, nobody's going to blame you. You discuss this when you're a soul, when you're energy, and you wait for the next opening. If you're meant to be coming back on Earth, which is obviously the case, You were waiting for the right door, for the right opening in humans' evolution. And if your mission or your lessons were to help others, to use your intuitive powers with ease, confidence, regardless of what humanity thinks of it at this moment, then right now is the right portal to enter our planet. So again, unfinished lessons from previous lives will be in you. You will be invited to finalize it right now. And again, it's not a ticking bomb. It's not like you must do it. But the more you listen to the signs, the more you will be aligned and you will finish the mission. And the easier it flows in your everyday life. So it's the feeling, the intuition you hear to do something specific. That's how it speaks to you. If you're unclear about what your soul purpose is as a light worker, just know that your higher self is the manager, the coordinator of everything, and everything it sends your way. So events, people, situations, retreats, workshops, masterclass, books, conversations, they're all here to trigger a code within you. And as soon as you answer the code, meaning like, oh, I realize that now I know this, or I feel I want to do this, I feel I want to be part of this, then your higher self is like, high five your soul and all your star team, and they're saying, yes, she or he did listen. So bang, you're more aligned with your soul purpose. Every little intuitive hunches you receive, or just to align you on your soul purpose, on your trajectory. So if you want to know about your soul purpose and what it is, observe what kind of signs you receive. Are the signs you receive inviting you to be a healer because you're interested, because you're curious, because you already feel energy in your hands, because you have visions of it, you dream about it? Then it's simply your higher self trying clearly to tell you that part of your soul purpose as a light worker is to be a healer. Maybe it's something else, but do you get what I mean? Do you understand? Do you understand that your soul purpose, if it is unclear right now, every day you receive guidance around that? So your soul purpose is the compass that sends you to the right direction when you're off trajectory, when you're lost. So if you start to vibrate with your soul purpose, meaning you're not fighting it, you're accepting it, your ego may fight it. That is also part of the lesson. You might be aware you're supposed to be a teacher or a channeler of divine information and teaching that to other people. You're very slow in the process because of whatever you think you have to do for your family as a job or whatever. Again, no judgment here because everything is fine. But every time you are, every time you need to be rerouted, every time you need to be realigned, it's just to bring you back. It's just simply to remind you what you're here for. So if you're off track, it won't feel very pleasant. You will feel that you have a job or you have, any kind of activity that is not fulfilling. And even though it may have been fulfilling 10 years ago or a year ago, it's meant to evolve. So think of it as the compass. The compass. Because what happens is when you're born, you don't always remember your soul purpose. For some people, it's clear. I know for me, it was clear but unsaid. It was clear but blurred because I didn't know how to do this in my everyday life. I had no example. I have no models. I had no inspiration. I had to look for myself. So the journey to remember your soul purpose may be easy, but for some other people, depending on the lessons they have to integrate and who they're supposed to help and who they are interacting with and who their family is, then it might be a little bit more difficult. The analogy I like to use is the story of Tom Thumb. So he's lost in the forest. So it's us. We're lost. When we're incarnated, we forget about our soul mission. But luckily, we just dropped crumbs, and the crumbs along the way that you pick up, that in the story Tom Thumb was picking up to go back home, is what your higher self is sending you. And again, it's all those, the guidance, all the signs, all the invitations you are invited. You're suggested to answer to. So every time you pick a crumb on the ground, you're telling your higher self, oh, I hear you. I see the guidance you're sending me. I observe, I see what I'm going to do with it, and I'm going to move forward remembering what you sent me. And every time you do that, you're realigned. And by picking all those crumbs, by not fighting them, even if your ego say, what are you going to do with this? Because you don't always know. When you're picking those crumbs, you don't always know where it's going to lead you, but you have to trust that every intuitive hunches, every intuitive sign, every intuitive hunch and every intuitive sign is meant to lead you to completion of your soul purpose. So I'll have to be honest with you, it's not always easy to understand what your soul purpose is. Sometimes we need help. Remember, I'm here for this. I activate the remembering of everything you are, everything you can be very quickly. I'm not going faster than what you're supposed to reveal, to uncover. It's just that if we're working together, if we're on each other's path, it's because there has been an agreement between your higher self, my higher self, our teams, that it's now for you to go a little bit faster. So when we work together, everything goes faster in a beautiful, loving way. So if ever you're unsure of your soul purpose, there's one way, which is come with me and I will hold you while we uncover what your soul purpose is. If not, no worries. It's still encoded within you. And again, by picking the crumbs up, you will always get closer to this knowing. And as Nicole said, I thought I knew what my soul purpose is. And there are times where I feel it's not there. I've lost it. You have a global soul purpose. Again, I take my example because I cannot take everyone's example. But please, if you know what your soul purpose is, or you sense what it is, share it here. I can very quickly give you a hint around that before we end this conversation. But again, from the start, I knew there was something magical in me. I was totally passionate about, metaphysical about, when I was a very young, ghosts and stuff like that, and near-death experiences. And of course, it turned into more healing abilities, the power, the cosmic beings, and blah, blah, blah. But I would not have been able to tell you when I was 20 or even 30 that I was meant to lead light workers into developing their intuitive powers with clarity. I didn't know. But every time I felt, oh, I feel like reading about, near-death experiences. I picked the crumb, already it aligned me. And then the next crumb was, oh, I'm interested to experience regression. Oh, I'm picking that crumb, it's aligning me. So every time you answer it's more than a gut feeling. The gut feeling is more to preserve you. It's an intuitive feeling that something is exciting. I need to explore it. And yes, it will evolve. There's a lot of tools I have been using in the past that led me to where I am and I'm not using. I was convinced 10 years ago I was helping, but that was my mission. helping people resolve their emotional blocks so they can feel happy with who they are. I was convinced because I did not embody fully my nature. But again, when I was a hypnotist and totally happy doing this, if you had told me, Natalie, no, in 10 years, you're going to be a light worker mentor, helping people uncover their intuitive powers, I would have said, I don't even know what my intuitive powers are. So listen, really listen to what is coming your way. Really listen. And the best way to remember on your own what your soul purpose is as a light worker is to connect to your higher self. It's the same thing. What does it mean? Ask, show me signs about my soul purpose. But if it shows you the signs, answer them. Don't disregard them because you think it's woo-woo or it's weird or it's repetitive. If it's repetitive, it's because you didn't get the lesson correctly or you didn't listen. Listen to listen to all those hunches you have and all those crumbs on the path, on your path. That's the best way. There's nothing more to this. Yes, you can use cards and pull a card, and everything you use that keeps the connection with your higher self going will help you get clear around your soul purpose. But you have stuff to work on, you have life lessons to learn, and if it's not the time for you to uncover clearly what your soul purpose is as a light worker, it won't happen right now. Again, if you really feel that you're ready for it and you want to work with me, wonderful. But again, as soon as you decide I'm working with Natalie, there's an agreement between your star family and mine, your higher self and mine, that you're ready to really skyrocket the evolution or the expression of your intuitive powers. So you have many, many ways, but there's nothing magical. It's not like we open the book and we see. And even if you get details about your soul purpose, it's always based on whatever you're able to receive and integrate right now. Which means, again, I go back to the example when I was a happy therapeutic hypnotist, there was no way I would have received the guidance that I was meant to be ultimately a light worker mentor. That would have scared me because I was happy with what I was doing. So that's where, as Nicole said, that's where you always get upgrades. But the upgrades are not new elements. It's not a new mission. It's clarity. It's like funneling down. Your mission is wide, helping humanity heal yourself, develop your intuitive powers, and then we narrow down. Every time you work on yourself, you clear a mission, you clear a mission, you dissolve blocks, so you get narrower and narrower. And as you get narrow, you get to the core essence of your soul mission. So you're somewhere on this journey. But again, it's accessible, it's there. Trust whatever is coming through. That's something we will talk about on Thursday in the masterclass, and you will experience it from an altered state, Now you're receiving it. We have done a little activation, so you already feel the information from an energetic point of view. But during the masterclass, I will talk about, I said two, but I will add the third one, which is more the earth element, which is a key element as well. We will talk about your higher self. We will talk about your soul purpose and how to clear your emotions so those three elements can be unlocked way faster and in a very healthy and aligned way. Do you have any questions, beautiful ones? I don't see any comments. I hope you're here. I hope I'm still talking and you see me. I mean, I'm talking, but I hope you still see me. So feel free to ask me questions. The best I can say is that you need to experience this flow of evolution that you're going through. That's the best way. There's nothing magical here. So let me know if you have any questions as I will end this conversation next week. And in the next weeks, I will focus on the third. Thank you. Okay, great. People are here. Good. we will talk about the emotional component, something that is neglected by so many light workers because everybody's excited about developing their intuitive powers, and we neglect that. We will talk about that next week in the Facebook group. But if you can join Thursday, the free masterclass, it's totally free. Again, I can just put the banner on. I will put the link again so you can join me. It's totally free. And I repeat this because I want it to be accessible to all. I want that knowledge to be accessible to all. Of course, if later you realize you're ready to dive deeper, I'm here to work with you. But at least having this knowledge and share this, if ever you know any light workers, healers, rising, leading professionals, or totally ready to awaken to their magic, just invite them. All they have to do is register, and you will get the Zoom link to join. And yeah, I think it is an important journey. So make sure you enjoy it. Lynn is here. Good. Yes. Thank you. Thank you. Thank you so much. Thank you for sharing this. Yeah, watch the replay. You'll enjoy that. So I hope to see you on Thursday. Remember, if you cannot make it live, don't worry. The replay will be accessible for 48 hours and only 48 hours. Why? Because energies are changing and the content, the energy, it's time to move forward. Yeah, see you on Thursday. That was a pleasure. See you very soon. And until then, enjoy the rest of your day. Bye-bye for now.